What is up, YouTube? This is Kai and Cannon from Arguably Georgia Sports.
And today we have two very special guests, but not really long to be guests. And they will be running our NFL show. We may occasionally be on it, but mostly it'll be them. So we're opening up a whole new line. The two very worthy gentlemen are Grant Elder
Hello.
and James Farnsworth.
Go Dogs.
All right. So first, I have a few questions for you. Starting out with, who is like your NFL team that you like the most?
This year I'm really counting on the Falcons. They've been doing pretty well so far, the first 6 games.
All right. What about you, Grant? James. I'm sorry, James.
The Falcons.
All right. So both with the Falcons. That'll make things interesting up here. What about your Super Bowl predictions?
For the Super Bowl, it's sort of hard because until Ben Roethlisberger got injured, I thought that the Steelers would be good, but I'm actually not sure. I'll have to decide later on in the season.
All right. Will be good to hear about that later.
Can I please say something on that? I still think the Steelers are fully capable of making it all the way, especially with Le'Veon Bell back. And Landry Jones is not a helpless quarterback. He came in last year, played 2 or 3 games, and he performed. So I still think that if they can hold out and be decent while Roethlisberger's gone, they could still be a big contender.
All right, that's from Kai. And now for James. I'm going to say his name correctly this time.
Kai, I'm gonna have to disagree with you there. I think the Pats are going to play the Seahawks in the Super Bowl this year.
So just reliving 2 years ago, what do you think will happen? Do you think it'll have the same outcome?
No, I think Tom Brady will kick some butt because he's Tom Brady.
Oh, so you still think that the Patriots will win, but they're just gonna win by a lot more?
I have to say like 10 points maybe. It's not gonna be a blowout, but it's gonna come.
It's the Super Bowl game. It never is a blowout.
It's gonna come down to like the final 5 minutes when the Pats kind of go up by 10 with like a field goal or something. And by the way, all you Minnesota fans, I'm sorry. You guys are good, but you guys are not going to win the Super Bowl.
All right.
You lost it.
I don't think the Seahawks are fully built, especially with Marshawn Lynch retired now. And I would like to ask you, Cannon, if that's true, are you gonna lose all those bets again, just like you did last time?
Oh, we do a box of candy for, yeah. Everybody always bets against my dad. I don't know. Anyhow, he loves his goobers. So, so another, so who are some of the key players in your mind for your team, the Falcons?
Matt Ryan. He's the reason that we're this good on offense. And also the whole offensive line. The reason that Matt Ryan has gotten this good is because of the offensive line, because he has time to actually let it go to his receivers.
All right, that's anyone else?
Tevin Coleman, he's been doing pretty good, and then Julio, of course.
Good choices. What about you, Grant?
I think that Matt Ryan's actually, like James said, he's having time to throw it to good receivers. He's sort of opening it up. He still has Julio, like he can bring down anything, but in their running game, Tevin Coleman and Devontae Freeman are doing really good.
All right, what about Kai?
Tevin Coleman and Devontae Freeman to me are like thunder and lightning. Tevin Coleman is faster than just about anyone in the league, and Devontae, did you see his stiff arm on Monday Night Football? I just pushed the guy over. But Matt Ryan too. He's having time to throw the ball. Big part because of Alex Mack, the huge free agent signing. We picked him up this offseason, and he's also snapping the ball a lot better.
I just want to say that Devontae Freeman, he can block really well. Like he's small and he gets under those really big players in case the offensive line doesn't do what they need. So that's really a big plus.
And we have Patrick DeMarco too.
The fullback, yeah. Okay. I'd all you Tech fans out there, I'm sorry I'm about to say this, but the Falcons are just like the Falcons are going to spread you out and still pound you.
All right.
That's like a Georgia thing.
So,
It's a Georgia thing.
so there are, all right. So another one. What is up with the Broncos and the Panthers? I mean, they were obviously Super Bowl contenders last year. The Broncos having won, and both of them lost to the Falcons of all teams. So, I mean, what's happening?
Well, the Broncos don't look bad at all. It's just the Falcons' defense. Well, they don't forget they played the Falcons with a rookie backup quarterback.
Yeah, because they lost Peyton Manning, which was huge.
No, they lost Trevor Simeon, but anyway, you Tennessee bandwagon. But so okay, but yeah, the Falcons defense really stepped up in that game. Vic Beasley, who everyone thought was gonna be a bust going into that game, 4 sacks. It was, I think going into that game he had like 2 sacks in his career, so it was amazing just to see him do so well. And Desmond Trufant also stepping up. He has like 2 sacks this year. He's playing well, so yeah.
Okay, well, Kai, you made a good point about the sacks that he got, but one of the 2 sacks in his career, or something like that number, that he got was actually Derek Carr running out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage, and Vic Beasley being the closest to him, so they counted a sack for him.
Wow, that's very interesting. So not having a very good record, and then
I hate to ruin all the things, but yeah, that's
well, no, that makes it even more amazing if he had only gotten 1 sack in his whole career of NFL.
So the fourth quarter defense by the Falcons it's not really been picking up very well, especially against the Broncos. Like, they started sparking a comeback towards the end, which sort of made me feel bad. And Panthers with their backup quarterback after we injured Cam Newton. Yes. And so yeah.
All right. So for some other teams, like big teams, what about the Steelers? Who are some of their main players that they need aside from obviously Ben Roethlisberger?
You mean aside from obviously Antonio Brown? Almost no doubt the best receiver in the league. I think he's slightly better than Julio, just because he's more elusive, more agile, and he's gonna put up better stats. Julio had the 300-yard game. Antonio Brown had 296 last year, so that's pretty close. But so yeah, and then Le'Veon Bell, if he stays off the weed, he'll be great. But so yeah.
Okay.
So back to Antonio Brown. He only had like 36 yards or something in week 6 when Ben Roethlisberger got injured, but I think that was just because he got injured. So
Okay, well, I'm going to say something. First of all, you guys, Kai said that he was the best receiver and he was better than Julio. I have to disagree with you.
Wrong.
In some ways, okay? So Julio can
Wrong.
Julio can get better. Julio can get he's got better hands.
What about?
Don't say
What about that
anything.
game against the Saints, huh?
Be quiet.
He had 1 reception, I think.
What about-
I love Julio, trust me, but Antonio Brown's a better player.
Julio got 1 interception. Wait, hold on, I'm not done.
All right.
Not done with this. Antonio Brown is a better route runner though, and he gets him in the end zone more.
All right. So here's another team that we're gonna go over is the Packers. So who do you think are some of the main players for them, and what are some of the things that they need to get ahead and do well in the playoffs?
I think Aaron Rodgers is very disappointed this year. I thought that it would be a good season for them at the beginning of the year. They looked good, but yeah.
Yeah, the bizarre thing, The bizarre thing about Aaron Rodgers is this year he looks really bored playing. It's weird. But yeah, you wanted to say something?
I think the problem is that his girlfriend wants him to retire.
All right.
Just you know what? Yeah.
So who are some of the
That's the truth.
who are some of the main players other than obviously their quarterback who is
Richard Rodgers. Kind of.
Eddie Lacy, he's been missing some practices, but at the beginning of the year, Eddie Lacy, he's been losing some weight. He's now faster. He can still plow through the line.
faster, not fatter.
Faster. Yes, I said faster. But yeah, he's more skinny, so he can like go through the holes better. So yeah.
I have to agree with Grant. Last year he was more of a tumbling over himself kind of guy. Now he instead of being like 300 pounds, now he's like 200, like 250, yeah, And then it's a lot of muscle. So right now one of the reasons other than Aaron Rodgers struggling is their running game. They've lost all their running backs, and tonight, Thursday night, they're gonna be playing the Bears. Yes, and well, no, actually, Brian Hoyer's been doing pretty good there. Anyway,
Score in the red zone.
be quiet. Anyway, I think other than Aaron Rodgers just being like the opposite of Aaron Rodgers, I think they've lost a lot of their running backs to injuries, so their running game is also going to be down. So I think okay, Kai's doing something really weird.
Okay.
But their starting running back tonight is going to be a wide receiver. So
All right. That's actually very interesting. I would love.
You mean like in the Georgia Vanderbilt game where like they ran the ball with the receiver on 4th and 1?
No, he's a running back.
He's like a multi-purpose player.
Yeah.
He's a punt returner. He's a kick returner. He's a wide receiver.
You have
he's a
Nick
running
Chubb
back.
in your backfield, and
You-
you're not confident.
This is NFL, not college football.
Special team sucks.
Anyhow, away from college football craziness, we go over that on the other show. What about the Rams? Who are some of the main players on their team?
This year I really thought that the Rams defense would do well. I mean, they've always been aggressive. And so I think that they haven't done as well as I thought that they would do, but they're in Los Angeles now. So yeah.
I'm going to say that the key player for the Rams is no doubt Todd Gurley. He is the best player on their team. And by the way, Grant talked about Los Angeles. The Raiders are going to Los Angeles. I called it already. They can both be in Los Angeles.
So Todd Gurley,
Not official yet.
I think that he's sort of a overrated player. So I know Cannon.
The stats don't show it at all. He has great stats. He is.
Great running back.
He has about.
There's no argument.
He on a good day he has 300 rushing yards. No problem.
Well, I do not agree with that.
There's no arguing that Todd Gurley is one of the
Okay.
top running backs in the league.
Three men to get him down.
It takes 5 men to get Devontae Freeman down.
That's not true.
Here. Wait, first. According to fantasy, okay, so last year we auto-drafted, and I got Todd Gurley on my team as a rookie. I'm like, oh boy, how well can he do? So I kept him on my team, and then I finally started him. He picked me up 2 points. So man was like, this guy has no future in the NFL. I'm cutting him. So I cut him, and somebody picked him up, and he started just becoming the person he is. So yeah.
Wait. I have Todd Gurley on my fantasy this year, and he doesn't get more than 10 points. He's not good.
All
Like,
right. Maybe it's because the Rams' offensive line sucks.
Okay, so we're gonna do one last team and then we're gonna wrap it up. Okay, for the Saints. For the Saints, who are some of the main players on the Saints?
Okay, Drew Brees is on my fantasy team, and he is doing awesome.
Yeah, but
He had that great day.
he's a great quarterback, but he has no running backs and he has no defense.
Yeah, first
The defense is awful.
defense is like a worse. The defense is horrible. And
So for the Saints, it's obviously Drew Brees. I like the guy besides the fact that he's on the Saints. That's the only reason I don't like him. So, yeah.
And I hate Jameis Winston.
Okay. So, so this has been the very first NFL show with Grant and James. And as always, but not really as always, but now almost always.
Good night.